What's up, people? It's your man Herb Lover coming from the Herb Mobile. I want to talk to you guys real quick. Recap about the game. They played the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, we're down 0-3. Listen, just a couple things I want to throw out there real quick. Number one, man, until the Lakers figure out their defense, they're going to get spanked by a lot of teams. And I like one thing we have to understand and realize: this is the West. This ain't the East Coast. You know, the Spurs, man. Greg Popovich, man. Hats off to Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich is like the guy. Is like he's real spectacular, man, as a coach. Like he sit there and he really had them players drawing in and figure out schemes that is, you know, and every year, no matter how bad, you know, how whatever they're going through, or if a player got hurt, like for instance last year, they're always gonna make the playoffs. That's how good Greg Popovich got them boys playing. One thing that Greg Popovich did, and same thing with probably Houston as well. What they're doing is they're basically taking the lane away from LeBron James. They're taking the lane away from LeBron James. They're actually piling three guys in the paint, where one guy's like in the paint, the one that's actually playing LeBron James, and they got two guys like right there on the inside wing, in case LeBron James try to go around them. Now, LeBron, once in a while, he might get away with those layups and stuff like that. Now, this is the main reason why I said the Lakers need to run up-tempo offense, and LeBron James need to play that five. And he does not need the ball in his hand 90% of the time. The reason why I'm saying that, because the average team, when you play a guy so much, you basically know what he's going to do. You know, there's no really difference in change of his game. Yeah, he might have scored 30-something points and all that, but at the same time, you got to understand like the dynamics of how the defense is playing. You know, we're gonna make LeBron James shoot jumpers. You know, we're not gonna let LeBron James, you know, just come in the paint and do what he wants. We're not gonna allow that. And the Spurs did pretty good of that. You know, the first quarter, he was like, I think, 1 for 7, something like that. He was struggling, you know, because he was trying to get to the paint, and they was like really not letting him get to the paint. I will talk about the free throws in a second, but they really want to let him get to the paint. And me personally, I love when a player attack the basket. You know, I'm a big Julius Randle fan. I told y'all guys before that I prefer guys attacking the basket and not taking a three-pointer. You know, attacking the basket is a high percentage shot compared to a three-pointer. The only thing about it, and I said in my last video, that guys like LeBron James, Josh Hart, Julius Randle, anybody that goes to the basket a lot, Westbrook, they're not getting no foul calls, man. It's like, that's the reason why I'm like, I watch the Lakers, but I'm still kind of pissed off about the league, because the league to me is it's very it's crazy what they do. Like, you know, like Luke Walton, I get on Luke Walton all the time. But what Luke Walton said about, you know, the flopping and all that, he hit it on the key, man. Because at the end of the day, you gotta look at it like guys like James Harden and Chris Paul. They're getting these stupid foul calls, you know, going their way on flopping. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Spurs was like the master of the flopping. I'll be honest with you, Spurs was the masters of it. And a lot of teams really watched the Spurs. You know, a lot of teams' game is almost similar to the Spurs. Everything that the Spurs do, a lot of teams do that. But I'm with Luke Walton on, you know, the foul call. And it's crazy, because when you got guys going to that basket, and you know, if you can look at you can slow it down, you see them guys hacking the crap out of LeBron when he goes to that paint. You know, LeBron James should be leading the league in free throws. I'm just being honest with you, man. And, you know, anybody that goes to the paint like that, you know, the refs got to call those, man. You can call the flopping, but you can't call a real contact. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And like Luke Walton get fined, but I can't get fined. I ain't part of the NBA, so I can speak my mind. It's sad, but I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to use that as an excuse. But the end of the day is that the Lakers got to figure out their defense. They can run. The half-court offense is not going to be ran as good, because they don't really have a low post type player that can actually, you know, they have low post skill set, unless they moving the ball a lot in the half-court set, which they don't do. The Lakers don't move the ball a lot in the half-court set. I think it's like 1 or 2 possessions, and then somebody either take a shot or somebody going ISO. The best way, the Lakers, they're at their best when they're running and gunning. When they're running and gunning, if you ever notice, when Lonzo and all them coming in, them young guys coming in and they running, when they're running, they're actually competing. They're really hustling. They're getting in the game. You're seeing them play to a different, you know, to their style of way of playing. And they're keeping the defense on their toes, because what happened is the defense don't have time to get back to set up. But when you run half-court sets, you allow the defense to get time to set up. And a lot of these teams, like for instance, Spurs got a lot of old heads on that team. Not really, I can say a lot. I mean, no, I ain't gonna say that. You know, because only one really old is Paul Gasol, and he was doing pretty good with passing. But as you can see, they had no answer for God dang, what's the daggone man name? Oh my God, and it slipped my daggone mind. I forget his name. They had no answer for him. God dang it. Oh my God, what is his name? Somebody tell me in the comment section. Anyway, they had no answer for him, and it was sad, man. You know, it was like no matter what he had in there, like they brought Zubac in there, he was getting murdered. They brought Williams in there. He's pretty good. I know a lot of fans were like real hyped to see him in there. You know, it's good and all, but me personally, I got to see more than one game of, you know, of these tangibles. I'm not just going to be so hyped and jump on the train. I mean, I love what he did when he came there. He brought some energy in there. He did what he had to do. He had, what, a couple blocks, you know, so it was DeMarcus Aldridge. I mean, yeah, Aldridge. Well, so at the end of the day, so he played pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He played pretty good. Aldridge. I can't think the daggone dude's name. My God. My brain freaking went left. I had to go pick my brain up. My gosh. I'm tired. You know, I watched that game 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to get back up to go to work at freaking 6. So I only had 3 hours of sleep. So I'm tired. So please forgive me if I forget guys' names. But LeBron James, and I'm not going to keep beating on LeBron James, but LeBron James, you know, one thing I'm going to say, I know a lot of y'all going to get pissed off, but LeBron James don't play no D, bro. There was 8 different situations where LeBron James just stood there. He just stood there, man. And the young guys, Kuzma, all them, now I know a lot of people, first and foremost, a lot of y'all going to come to LeBron James' defense, but I'm going to call y'all hypocrites. And the reason why I say that, because when Kuzma ain't playing OD, y'all were quick to call Kuzma out. When Jordan Clarkson ain't playing OD, y'all was quick to call Jordan Clarkson out. Y'all was saying D'Angelo Russell, when he was slow, y'all was quick to call him out. So LeBron James, in my book, does not get no pass neither. He ain't played no defense. There was a plenty of time where he just stood at the low post and watched his defender go around and put his hands up. You know, he got to be more engaged, man. Like, okay, if you're not scoring at the beginning, you try to get the young guys to, you know, to score. You trying to mentally train them, you know, and get them prepared for the NBA level and all that stuff, and you know, and teaching them how to, you know, whatever you're doing. I kudos to that, but you still got to play defense, man. Got to play defense. The Lakers at this particular time was in the top 5 in defense. A lot of people fail to realize that. At this particular time, with that squad we had last year, was in the top 5 in defense, just in 3 games. We were pretty good at defense because of hustle man points. We did a lot of hustle, you know what I mean? We actually did a lot of, you know, when they did the quick switching, because Luke Walton is not going to get rid of that quick switching. And I think they need to abandon that, because the quick switch is not helping some of these new face players, because there's no reason for JaVale McGee to be out there at the top of the key on the likes of James Harden, Mills, you know, Mills and all them guys, you know, playing the guard. There's no reason for that. You know, there should not be no quick switching like that. He got to abandon that. It does not work. Now, when he had the young squad in there last year and all that, it was probably pretty good, because these young guys, they were able to move around. But then you got veterans who are not looking to quick switch like that. That's tiring them out. And one thing that upset me too, I'm gonna say this, you know, and like I say, I don't really care if people get mad and get upset, because I was one of that person that didn't mind LeBron coming over here, because I feel like he was a good mentor for the young players. But I'm going to call him out on his bull crap as well. You should not go to the media and downplay your young players when you state that they should be, you know, they should have the energy to play a whole 4 quarter. You know, they should have the energy to play all 4 quarters or a whole game. Because, you know, when he came to the 18, you know, he could play 2 or 3 games back to back to back. Yeah, but the point is, would you realize, LeBron, you're not playing defense. Them guys are playing defense. They're tired. You standing around. That's how you conserving your energy. Yes, I'm going to say it. I know y'all get mad, but I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But the point of the thing is that I cannot sit there and watch this guy not play defense. Just standing there. Doesn't play defense. All we talk about LeBron James offense. Oh, look at him. Take a nice shot. Oh, here's this and that. Defense win games. The Lakers were good at defense, man. We're real good at defense. We end up, I think, in the top. I think we're like number 12 in defense at the end of the season. That's because all the fiasco that happened afterwards. But LeBron got to play defense. Kudos to Luke Walton, finally putting Kuzma at the 3. Kind of upset with that, because it said that you got to get Brandon Ingram and Rondo to actually get kicked out the game, or, you know, miss a couple games, and hopefully you just play them at the 3. Also on top of that, the only time that Luke Walton actually really strategized and looked like a coach is when his back against the wall, when players are injured and he really don't have nothing to really work with on that bench. That's when you really get to see the full effect of certain players. Lonzo Ball looked good. No, still kind of slow because this man was getting around him as well. Kuzma, and and my thing today, they all wasn't playing. Josh Hart. Now y'all know I love Josh Hart game, but Josh Hart was getting killed too. He got killed in this game. He got killed in the game before that. He was getting beat up. And he's constantly going for them fake pumps, man. And I can't get with this league, man. This league too freaking soft for me, man. It's like, these guys, man, they get calls on some girly stuff, man. I feel like at the end of the day, when these guys, like, say, if a guy pump fake, like, I'm gonna say his name. I'll type his name. I can't think of his daggone name right now. He pissed me off. Anyway, when a guy pump fake and you jump straight up, there should be no foul when somebody see you jump straight up and you jump into him to draw the foul. To me, that's like offense. That should be called offensive foul because you are initializing the contact. Because if a guy jumps straight up, he's not jumping into you. He jumps straight up. But you jump up and jump into him. But they call foul on that, but they can't call foul when LeBron James or Josh Hart go to the basket. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Like I said, Lew Walton, I called him stubborn at the time, but he looked pretty good in the, in the rotation because, like I said, back against the wall, what can you do? But defense, at the end of the day, is suspect. Defense sucks. Straight up, our defense freaking sucks. And like I said, all they did was just basically shut LeBron down in that middle. They shut him down. When they go a half-court set, the defense able to set up, shut LeBron down, prevent LeBron getting to that paint to attack the basket, which usually ends up him either kicking it out or taking a jump shot. And that's what he's basically playing into their system. That's one name on San Antonio. San Antonio Spurs, man, they're so freaking good and creative. They will make you play their system and you wouldn't even know you're playing their system. They'll make you slow down, play that bit. Like they asked Greg Popovich about the Lakers running. He said, I'm going to ask them not to do that. That was a mental thing. Psychology, I'm going to ask them not to do that. Because psychologically, he did got them not to do that. When they were running, that's when they were saying, that's when they was at their best. When they were running. And even when LeBron came down, he jumped right in with the run. That's when they looked good. You know what I'm saying? They were actually running. LeBron was running. That's when they're good. They out and running. That's why I say LeBron should play the power forward or the center spot. Because if he's tired, he can hang back and let them young boys run. You know what I'm saying? Because if you running, you gone. But at the end of the day, that's the whole thing. But look, they're 0-3. It's still early. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape. I'm just looking at some of the things that we need to fix. Like I said, LeBron James I don't know if he's getting old. I don't know. He's 34 years old. Time could quit up with him. Like I said, it's only 3 games. He looked good on offense, but he conserve his energy on defense so that he can have energy for offense. That's not good because you got to play both ends of the court. You just can't play one end of the court and everybody giving you hoo-la for your offense, but forgetting about your defense. Or your offense overshadow your defense where people are just biased. They don't want to see it. But you got to play defense. Josh Hart got to do a better job of standing in front of this man. KCP need to be thrown in the dumpster. That's it with him. Kuzma looked good. Like I said, yeah, Kuzma might not be savvy on defense as well, but at the end of the day, he looked good on offense. And that's why, and here's the biggest thing. I'm going to let y'all guys go. JaVale McGee is a vintage 70s player. He's a vintage 70s player. The thing is, JaVale McGee, he got to work psychologically, mentally, he got to work on, controlling his way of how to play the game. You can't go for the pump face or the dumb little plays that get you in foul trouble. Because here's the thing. If JaVale McGee never fouled out, the Lakers probably would have beat San Antonio in overtime. I'm just being honest with you because when JaVale McGee goes out, you always notice from Portland, Houston, and San Antonio, all they did was go inside. Either they penetrated or they just go down low to their big men. Because why? They know that the Lakers are too small. And that's why I say I was upset that Lew Walton kept putting Kuzma right there because he was just too small. And he was being mishandled, or it was a big mismatch. But I don't want to be on LeBron. Like I said, LeBron, offensive-wise, I don't even mind LeBron taking that shot. I was hoping that he penetrated, but I knew they were going to do that. They were going to block him out in that overtime. They were going to prevent him from penetrating to make him kick the ball out. So he took the jumper. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of fans were probably pissed off about LeBron taking that jumper, but let's be real. Remember, he just shot the 3 to take us in overtime. After Kuzma came down, he shot the 3. We were excited about that, but then we get upset because he took that jumper. You can't have it both ways. You win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, we got to play defense, man. And LeBron James got to be the anchor of that. Why? Because these young players are looking up to you. You cannot be sitting there, just standing around, and they out there busting their tail, and you just standing around. You don't get no ice cream for that one. I'm sorry. You got to play defense. You got to teach these young brothers, the ways of the NBA. Everybody look up to you. Not just on offense, but on defense as well. You got to do it, bro. You got to get out there and you got to hustle. That's why I say that, you know, if you're tired or you're slow or you're catching up with age, it's best that you play the 5 on small ball because of your physical presence. By you being 260, ain't nobody going to move you around because when they actually put you on DeMarcus Aldridge, what is it, Aldridge? I'm over saying his name right. When you was on him, you prevent him from going inside that paint. He could not move you. That's why I say LeBron got to play the small forward shot. He's 6'8". Aldridge's like, what, 6'10", 6'11", but that didn't make a difference. He still couldn't move him. You know, he couldn't get a shot. When you put body on him, it's kind of hard for a guy to get separation to take that jump shot. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that he need to play that power, that center spot, to put body on him. That's what Julius Randle do, put body on him. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not helping, you know, we're going to lose a lot more games, man. We got to play defense, and LeBron James got to be the anchor of that defense. Why? Because Julius Randle was the exact same thing. Julius Randle was the anchor of that defense. When it came to quick switching, Julius Randle could switch onto them guards and actually play the perimeter. He was real good at staying with them guards. But LeBron James don't do that. And everybody, like I said, I love your LeBron. Don't get me wrong, but I gotta call it for what it is, and that's what I see. Like, who else? Let me make sure I get out there. Z, oh man, Super Z was just nervous. You can see it. His first time out there, man, he looked nervous. Turned the ball over, shot an air ball. You know, he just looked nervous. He was just, I don't know, he was nervous. Who else was out there? Like I said, Williams looked good, but I got to see more from him. I'm happy and excited for him to go out there and take the opportunity that they gave him and do what he had to do in order to hopefully get more playing time. Zubac, man, he got to go back to the G League. Dude was getting murdered. I don't know what the freak happened to Zubac. He lost weight, but he was just, you think because he lost weight, he better move, but he looked immobile, man. They were going all around him, man, just doing what they want with him. So, you know, like I said, you're missing 2 of your top players. San Antonio had all their players, and the Lakers still was in the game. You know, because Brandon Ingram and Rondo are 2 impact players on the team. And that's why I told you guys why they only gave them guys 4 and 3 game suspension, because they know that the Lakers need them. We need Brandon Ingram and Rondo because, you know, a lot of people say Rondo, you know, don't have good defense. But Rondo, he's mentally tough. What he does, he get into your head. So he don't, you know, he might not be the same Rondo as before, as, you know, fast and all that. But he gets into your head to make you kind of like, you know, get out your game. But, you know, sometimes it might go the other way, you know, where he's doing something crazy like recently. And Brandon Ingram, y'all know Brandon Ingram was pretty good with his long arms. He's pretty good on defense. So, to me, in that starting 5, JaVale McGee and Brandon Ingram is probably the better defenders in that starting 5. You know, LeBron James, Rondo, KCP, he was getting scorched too, man. He's psyched out, man. I don't know what the freak going with KCP, man. My God. They got to start Josh Hart and bring, matter of fact, I wouldn't even bring KCP in no more. Lance Stevenson looking pretty good at the point. You know, he could be like the 2, or Lonzo Ball could play. Him and Lonzo Ball can come in there, because most likely when Rondo come back, he gonna probably start, because you know Lonzo ain't gonna start. So, when him and Lance Stevenson run back there, it'd be pretty good, you know, with them 2 and Kuzma. So it'd be a nice little squad, because Lance Stevenson, my problem with Lance Stevenson is that he just hold the ball too much. Same thing with LeBron, same thing with Rondo. You know, you gotta let the ball move. That's Lou Walton's system. Ball movement. They want the ball movement. Remember, they want the ball to be freaking, you know, they want to be passing the ball around like 300 times. You know, it's almost similar to the Golden State Warriors. But we're not getting that right now. So once we, hopefully, you know, after a while, I think that the players are going to start to acknowledge his system. So we'll see.